When the people we love most are threatened, we can only hope that those around them are prepared to come to their rescue. Just after Christmas in 1991, Kelly Unger went upstairs to take a shower, leaving 5-year-old Megan watching television downstairs with her 9-year-old sister, Janet.
Look at his face. This is his belly button. I'm hungry. We were just watching cartoons, and I decided to make some oatmeal. So I turned on the gas on the stove. I heard her screaming again. I'm all, oh my gosh, Megan, what's happened? So I ran over there and I just pushed her off the chair and started to roll her around. She thought I was trying to hurt her, but I just knew by then that I should stop, drop, roll.
When you hear a scream like that, you know. There's no talking about it. You know that there's something wrong. It was like everything was going in slow motion. I couldn't get down there fast enough. When I came in the kitchen, my stomach was sick. I couldn't believe what I saw. She was burnt, and she had skin sloughing off, and it was just a real ugly sight. I used to be an EMT, so I knew I had to get her upstairs and get her in the bathtub. But when I grabbed her under underwear, and that probably was the most scariest part because I could feel it was like it was charcoal to her body, and that's when I knew we were in real trouble. I tried to turn it on so it wasn't too cold to put her into shock, but it had to be cool enough to cool the burn down too. And I told Jen to stay with her, and I ran down the stairs and called 911.
Among those responding to Kelly's 911 call was Hemet Valley paramedic Joe Seibert.
When you roll on a call like this, you definitely try to block out any emotions that you possibly could have, but it's difficult because a child is involved.
Megan said, I'm going to die, and I'm all, no, you aren't. But I was really scared.
I put the sheet in the water and got it soaked really good, and then I grabbed Megan, I wrapped her in it. And I just held her and talked to her because that was the most important thing at that time. She was scared to death, she was crying, and she was hurt.
Paramedics got to the scene within 9 minutes.
You could smell quite a bit of burning hair and skin as we walked up the walkway. At that point, we realized that there was a serious burn. We knew immediately that she was going to need to go to the regional burn center, so we then decided to call the helicopter to get her out there as soon as possible.
What's going on her lifeline?
A ground transport would have been way too long and painful for her.
They put a sterile mask on her, and that bothered her because she felt like she was getting covered up and she couldn't see.
Okay, I'm right here.
I was worried about her not having enough skin or blood, and I was worried that she may have died.
I promised her I'd stay with her, and I told her she needed to be brave, and she needed to be, just tough, and she needed to get through this and be strong. I couldn't believe this was happening to my daughter. You have children, and they've got these perfect bodies, and I just couldn't believe this had happened to her. A partition between where they took care of the patient and where we sat. And I could hear the whole flight screaming. I knew they were trying to get an IV started. That was tough. That was really hard because I couldn't go back and talk to her. I couldn't comfort her, explain to her what they're trying to do.
Megan was brought by life flight to the San Bernardino County Medical Center, where she was treated by Dr. Randy Ficus.
She was in a great deal of pain. She had very extensive burns. The first 12 to 24 hours is a very critical period of time because late changes can develop that can be fatal.
Megan's father, Bill Unger, arrived while she was still in the emergency room.
Her face was puffed up. She had those little blue eyes, and she looked at me, and that's when everything really clicked with me, and I started losing it there. I never knew how serious burns were until this happened. I never took it as a life-threatening thing.
They took her upstairs to the burn unit. It was hard to see the elevator doors close because you want to be with her. You want to stay with her. And we couldn't stay with her.
After 5.5 weeks in the hospital, 5-year-old Megan Unger was released. Though her recovery has been remarkable, she still must undergo months of painful physical therapy and years of skin grafts.
Megan turned out to be quite an exceptional young lady. The last 2 or 3 weeks she was there, she helping all the nurses with distributing the food, and it just really turned out to be a bright spot in the unit.
Over your head. Now.
I can't praise the nurses enough at San Bernardino County. They just gave her so much. They really did. They gave her a lot of courage and a lot of love and a lot of strength. I don't know how she would have made it without the nurses that she had.
I can't. Yes, you can. Strong.
Even though she's scarred on the outside, I don't believe she's going to be scarred on the inside. And really, that's where the beauty is. I mean, you look at her, there's nothing wrong with her. She's still the same old Megan. Just as sweet as can be.
I'm grateful for Janet. If Janet hadn't been there, Megan may not be with us today.
I just knew that I gotta save my sister, and it's alright if I catch on fire too, because I know that I should stop, drop the roll. But Megan didn't know she was helpless, because she was just starting kindergarten that time.
My sister saved my life. She stopped, drop, and roll. I thank her. I thank her for doing that.
Next.
You can't help but be human, and that means that you hurt for somebody. There are times when you go home and you cry and you wonder what you did wrong, because you can't